Hey guys, it's Liv and I'm back with another video. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about how I got emancipated. I'm not going to explain like how you can get emancipated or anything. Like I'm not encouraging anyone because it is like a rough process. So first I want to explain what emancipation is, and it ends the right of the parent and or guardian to the custody and control, services, and earnings to the child. And for me, it was hard to like figure out where I would file because of like what happened, like with moving to different states and everything. Like where would I file, like what was the age requirements and everything. So first I want to explain like the reasons why I emancipated myself, and it's because I had anxiety and depression. I felt like I would lose opportunities to go to the college of choice that I wanted to, and like miss out on scholarships. And I knew that I would be able to go back home to my grandparents because like they were my support system at the time because I didn't have my mom with me. So I'm gonna like get into like the background of what happened to like lead up to how I got emancipated. So it was in the fall of 2018 that I was told that my mom was going to be going away for a while and that we'd have to like file for custody for my grandparents to take over. And upon that, my dad had to get so my mom had full custody of us, and my dad had to get notified like for a change in custody because he is the biological father. So upon him hearing that, he lives in North Carolina at the time, so he ended up driving all the way from North Carolina to the hearing, and we didn't expect there to be a contesting of the trial, because like, okay, you just give us to our grandparents before like you go in and everything for my mom. And basically he ended up winning. We actually had talked to the judge about like how I'm in my junior year of high school, like my SATs are coming up, like I have to apply for these colleges in like a couple more months. I had like an internship program at CVS for like pharmacy. It was like so many things that were going on. I had just gotten my car like the year prior, like I just got my license the month before. So it all happened so quick. The hearing was in November, and either November or I think it was December. It was the day before my grandma's birthday, December 18th. And it was messed up because like within that week or the week after, we had to go, I think like right after Christmas, we had to move, like basically pack our whole entire lives to go to live in North Carolina. So I think after hearing that, I was like feeling like the pressure of like, I don't know what I'm gonna do for college, like what are these classes gonna look like at the new school. Like it was so many things running through my head. Sorry if I'm like a little shaky in the video, because it's like it's all still like, it still pains me to this day that this all happened like just because out of spite of like trying to get back at my mom for divorcing him and everything. It was just a little bit of a toxic situation. So after the hearing, I knew for a fact like I wanted to emancipate myself. I first heard about this on Law & Order SVU, like my favorite TV show. I mean, it is pretty like rough, the stories, but I like love the fact that we are like to be able to get these people and everything like that. I don't know, I love the investigation. But I heard about like a story on there that like a child had emancipated themselves. I'm like, at first I wasn't like thinking like, okay, this is a sure thing, but once I put my mind towards something, I follow through. I don't like, oh, I'm gonna do this, this. I'm not like I don't talk about what I want to do. I actually do it, put in the work to do it. So as I'm gonna explain like the rundown of like how I went to all my teachers, like it was a lot. In order to like do research on this process and everything like that. So I did have a sister coming down with me. My sister is Sierra. I have two siblings, and my oldest sister is 21 right now, and then my younger sister is 16. So at the time, she was, I think, she just came into high school, and I'm like in my junior year, so we're 2 years apart. And like I knew that I would like end up having to leave her there in North Carolina because she wasn't of age to emancipate herself too. But we had talked about like how I still want to be able to like do what I want to do for my career, and like I knew my father wasn't going to be able to put me through college, so I knew I had to like make sure I get scholarships and all this stuff. Like when I was living in Michigan, I went to school in a school called Renaissance High School and everything. I thought like with it being a high minority area, like I would be able to get more scholarships and like more opportunities. Whereas if I was in the schools that I went to, like when I was younger, the white schools, like suburban schools, I felt like I would just become a number, like somebody in the rough, okay? But I knew that I would be able to stand out being a scholarly Black woman in the inner city. So I knew what that look was what it's gonna be when like I applied for scholarships and everything. But going into the new school, I felt like a shock of like I can't really like show who I am or like tell these people who I am in such like a short period of time, because I've been going to that high school for 3 years, 2.5 years. But you build those relationships with teachers and everything, and you're just looking like it's just all a shock. And then like I became depressed because I'm looking like I thought my life was over. I thought I would have to just like slum it at whatever college I could go to, because I knew I couldn't afford it because my dad wasn't financially stable. My mom wasn't there at the time. Like it hurts so much to talk about this right now. Like let me collect myself. But I was able to do my research. I found out that in North Carolina, you have to have lived there for 6 months in order to file. Upon hearing that, I was like, I guess at the end of the school year, I would have to leave. But I mean, at the same time, it would be good, so I wouldn't have to like change schools all over again. So I went to the courthouse, and I filed, and then they had set me up for June 26th, and like I was like, okay, I'm gonna spend as much time with my sister. We went like out all the time. I mean, my grandparents had sent us money because like my dad wasn't, it's like this is the thing, it's like my dad wasn't happy about us like going out and having a good time. Like I felt like it was he wanted us to feel bad or like feel down and everything. Like I know I was depressed, but my sister was my joy during the time. And like usually I had 6 AP classes or something, like 4 or 5 AP classes, and like I had got one tacked on. And like I would usually at first I had started doing my like work like a normal student, working right after school and then like going to sleep the next day, everything like that. But I started to not like want to have to interact with my dad and his wife and everything. Like so I started to go right to sleep once I got home, and then I would do my schoolwork like in the morning, like at like 1 in the morning, maybe 2. And it started to get unhealthy. I started to drink so much caffeine. I mean, I'm drinking caffeine now, we're not gonna talk about that, but I started drinking heavy amounts of caffeine to like just stay awake during the day, and like it wasn't healthy, and it was hindering me. We had because the hearing was so there was a disconnect with me and my father already, because we hadn't seen him in like 4 or 5 years prior to like the whole exchange of like changing of custody. So there was like a disconnect. So they had us with a counselor, and there was so many like divides. I probably should make a video of like that inner like the problems within our relationship and everything, but I don't want to like make this video too long. So I basically did my research about what emancipation is, and I waited till my court date on June 26th, and my dad was there, and the like counselor that we had, she came with us. And like when I was in the courtroom, I was like so scared. The door was so heavy. I was scared to not like win and then like have to stay there. And basically what had happened was my dad started to like be quick with like, oh well, she can't be with her grandparents, this, that, and the third. Like, and I was just explaining like I have all of this I got affidavits from like all my teachers and everything, but like I wasn't able to like show her anything of it because she had asked like where my mom was, the judge, and I was like, she's not here, she's out of state. Like I wasn't able to like give her the paperwork of that I was emancipating myself. So she said that she would have to like, she wouldn't be able to hold the hearing, but I was quick to tell her that we were gonna visit her I think like it was in a couple weeks because it was like summer. So like of course June 26th, school let out on the 23rd. So on the 26th, we then I then had explained like we're gonna see her in July, on July 23rd. So she set up a new court date of August 16th, because I was like, at first I was so scared. I was trembling literally. I was just trying to explain to her like, I'm definitely gonna see my mom. Like I had proper etiquette the night before. I was like reading up on like how to talk in court and everything, because I didn't have a guardian ad litem or a lawyer. I was like searching so long, like looking for a lawyer, but then I was like, I'm looking at the process. I've been looking at this process for like six months, and I just knew like God's got it. During this time, I have never been like such a strong relationship with God. Honestly, that was like this was the like main testament to how He's helped me through so much. And like my dad, he would sometimes like use the Bible or use the word like for his own like agenda, and I felt like I had to know the word for myself in order to like be able to break that down and digest it. Like, okay, I know this because this is my interpretation. Everybody has their own interpretation for what the Lord is telling to them, and I feel like them and the Lord have their own connection. Like everybody has their own connection to God. So I felt like there was a strong core between me and him, and I'm like, he really helped me through like to be able to even like talk up, because I was bullied for so long and I would just like let things happen. But I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna stand here and like just be dismissed, you know. I was like, I'm gonna see my mom, like we can set up a new court date. They ended up looking August 16th is what she found. So I had to wait another couple months, 2 months. So I was able to visit my mom, get her paperwork on like her in agreement to what's going on, because my mom was supportive. I mean, she wanted us to live with her parents anyway. So after that, we got to we're at the court again, the August 16th, and basically it was a smooth process. She didn't even need all the paperwork. Like I went to my old school and my new school. All my teachers gave me letters of recommendation for like support of me, and because I didn't have a lawyer, I felt like I was alone. But with all of those like people rooting for me and everything in my hand, I felt like that was like the strength of all those people pushing me up to be able to do this. And upon my second hearing, my father, like, my sister wanted to come. It was that day, like, I felt like, why are you not gonna let my sister come to, like, see me off? Like, this is a very, like, moving thing for me. Like, this is serious. He ended up just dropping me off. It was just me. I low-key waited, like, I think 4 or 5 hours until, like, it was gonna start, because I mean, it kept on getting pushed back, so I was getting, like, anxious about that. But I just kept on praying. Because I felt like with him not being there, something might have gone wrong, because I mean, my mom wasn't there, and then, like, we had to get it pushed back again, like, because she didn't have her written, like, consent of, like, everything's okay. But when I went there, I showed her the letter from my mom. I told her that, yeah, my dad was there the day that everything was supposed to happen the first time. She's like, okay. She didn't need any of the paperwork from my teachers or anything like that. My mom's letter was enough. And she asked me, like, if I was able to take care of myself, how was I going to get back home to Michigan. And, like, I told her about my job. I was going to work with my mom's friend. And, like, I know what school I was going to. Like, I was going to do easy enrollment, because, I mean, even my teachers from my old and new school, like, they were in support. So that's basically what happened. I think, like, I'm just trying to look over and make sure I did everything. So once I got emancipated, the next day I ended up leaving back for Michigan. Like, my dad said he was gonna move all of the like, at first I had brought as much as I could the time before, the week before, I think, because I was gone. I was in Michigan from the time that I was supposed to do the emancipation and, like, get it all processed, like, the 26th of June, because I had an internship for CVS. So I was in Michigan until the week before my emancipation, like, when it actually happened, August 16th. So most of my stuff I had already had up there. I just had hope. I had hope that everything would, like, fall through and everything like that. So that's why I had moved most of my stuff already. There were such minor things that were going to be shipped through FedEx. And yeah, this is basically my story. I was able to get so many opportunities. I mean, I'm putting myself through college right now. Like, my mom, she gave me $1,000, like, because when she got back to Michigan, she was, like, already on the ball, like, helping me out and everything. And I had asked my dad, like, okay, I have all these scholarships, like, I got $10,000. I think it was $11,000 in total, because I had gotten a new one. But my mom had given me $1,000, but I paid her back that money with another scholarship, because I had, like, an influx. Like, I didn't think that Michigan State was going to give me any of the, like, in-state tuition, like, in-state school. Like, let me rephrase that, because they give you money. Like, I'm an emancipated minor, so because I wasn't making, like, as much as, like, 2-income home families or 1-income home families, like, as much as they would, because I'm, like, just a kid, minimum wage and everything, they were able to give me funds so that I can, like, be I guess, relieved or something like that. I don't know. It was, like, $19,000. And that helped a lot. At first, I didn't think that they were gonna give me any money, because I'm like, I don't know. I just felt like it's better to, like, prepare yourself before something else happens. I don't know, but I got $11,000 for school, and I was like, I'd asked my dad for help. he gave me $100 to a $30,400 like, you know, tuition. So I guess like that was help. It's just crazy, like, because when my mom had came out, she was all for helping me and everything, and like it was just like I felt like it was a slap in the face, low-key. I mean, I know I did emancipate myself. You're supposed to be like self-sufficient and everything, but I just expected more, like more of a understanding of like I'm able to do all these things, like get all this support from these people that don't even know me, especially on Facebook. I was able to get help for most of my dorm things. It was just such a blessing. It's like people on Facebook who didn't even know me wanted to help me, and I felt like my dad, I don't know, it was just a toxic relationship. But I just expected more, like, of a loving, caring person. Somebody who's supposed to love you, supposed to ride for you, even when times are rough. Like, you think that would be your parents. But no, I mean, it was my mom, most definitely. But I don't know. I'm not gonna get emotional because I'm already over it. I haven't talked to him in a couple months already. So I'm just like, I feel like people show their true colors. But I just hope that once I get through my 4 years of college and that I will be able to just look back and just think like, man, I don't know. I just feel like I've done so much on my own that it's just sad to see. It's just sad to see. I don't know. I'm not even gonna talk about it anymore. That's just his problem to deal with now. But this has been my emancipation story time. I have loving grandparents, Irma and Irving. They're my favorite two people. My mom, my superhero, and my auntie April. They're just like, those are my real family. I don't want to get emotional, but you expect so much from your family. Like, all the people that had went to court to contest against my grandparents, they didn't even know who we were for years, that were supporting him to like take his kids. It's just so sad. But I just want people to know, like, I'm putting myself through college. I'm still good. Like, those people that went up and tried to like get him to get us and they won, like, they haven't even talked to me since. So it's just so sad. The whole entire thing is just messed up. I know which side of my family is my real family, and I know they love me and support me in anything and everything that I do. I just want people to know that you're not alone when you feel like you're lost. Your family is like not supportive of you. Just know that God's got you. I know that some people aren't religious or anything, but I honestly have been through so much that if I didn't have him, or if I didn't gain a better understanding of him, I would be lost, honestly. And this has been, I'm looking really bad, but this has been my video on my like emancipation story. I know it's like pretty messed up, but I'm here. I'm still here. I'm at Michigan State. I'm going to college for free with my scholarships. Like, this is what turning your dismay into power is. Like, nobody can take this away from me. I did this with the help of my family getting here, having my auntie help me move in. Nobody can take this away from me. And that's my truth, and that's my power. So, peace.